Le but du vidéodrop, c'est de détecter la présence de nanoparticules.
Techniquement, le vidéodrop fonctionne comme un microscope. L'échantillon est grossi plusieurs centaines de fois. La seule chose qui diffère, c'est qu'on va s'intéresser aux interférences qui sont créées par les nanoparticules. Et un microscope classique est bien incapable de discerner ce type de signaux. Pour le vidéodrop, on va utiliser une caméra ultra performante et un traitement du signal spécifique qui va lui permettre d'accéder à cette information très particulière. Et de là, on va être capable de détecter l'ensemble des objets nanométriques qui sont dans l'échantillon. Donc en ce qui concerne les caractéristiques principales du vidéodrop, celui-ci est capable en temps réel et sans marquage de mesurer tous les objets biologiques dont la taille varie entre 30 nanomètres et 10 micromètres. Pour cela, une simple toute petite goutte de 5 microlitres suffit et en moins d'une minute, les informations de taille et de concentration sont fournies à l'utilisateur.
Hi everyone, I'm Philippe Garabédian, the Director of Operation of Myriad, and I'm here to present you the video drop, the technology we have developed to see and count the nanoparticles. What is the context? Gene and cell therapy are booming, and the need for cost control and reliability of bioproduct call for a new technological response. In this context, we have identified a need, which is a solution to be used in process, in real time, and on viruses production line, to allow the measure of the concentration and the size of nanoparticles, like viruses, that allow to see and detect big particles, which mean aggregates potentially present in those solutions of nanoparticles, like lentiviral vector solution. To, in the end, continuously monitor the production of these viral vectors, because they are too small to be detected with a standard microscope. To validate this need, we have built a collaboration with Aratinga, a French biotech company, now part of Rex Généraux. Aratinga is developing a CAR T-cell treatment. You can see on the diagram, on the left, all the steps of their bioproduction of viruses. It is, as you know, a complex process. It lasts 4 weeks. One batch costs at least 500,000 euros, and their scientists are almost blind until the final quality control. During our 12 months of collaboration, we have identified with them where we should ideally place the video drop during the bioproduction. We identified 7 places in the upstream and in the downstream process, and even one when the therapy arrives at the hospital and before the injection to the patient. It clearly justified our vision. There is a need for a tool for in-process controls. Now let me present you Myriad. Myriad was born in 2017 from a partnership of Quattrocento, a company builder in Paris, the foundation Paris Sciences et Lettres, which is a research organization in the center of Paris, and the scientific team. Today, Myriad imaging technology is currently protected by a family of 2 patents. But before I explain you how the technology works, I will tell you where it comes from, and precisely what is the Tara Expedition Ocean. Tara Expedition Ocean is a boat that's traveled the ocean. It was funded by France, Germany, and Great Britain. It has the objective to study the impact of global warming and climate change on the planktonic system and corals. Martine Bocara, who is a virologist at the Université Pierre-Marie Curie in Paris, was a scientist on the project, and she wanted to know if the global warming had an impact on the virus's population. Are there more or are there less viruses? She wanted, in the end, to count those viruses. And standard techniques were not answering her needs. They were too time-consuming or complex to be used on the hundreds of samples she has to analyze. So she was looking for a fast and robust method for counting viruses in those seawater samples. So, to study them, she asked her brother, Claude, to build her a system. Claude is a specialist in optics at the London Institute in Paris, and is a physicist specialized in interferometry. He therefore developed for her a special interferometer. The video drop was born. Now let me present you a short video. So to analyze with the video drop of the size and concentration of nanoparticles will be done in almost 40 seconds, from the beginning to the end of the process. On the left, you have the software interface. On the right, you have the system. The user will take a sample of 5 to 10 microliters. Using a pipette, he will place them under the objective of the video drop. The user will lock the system and launch the acquisition. It lasts 6 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you get the image, which is the representation of the interferences generated by the nanoparticles. Then you will get the resultant concentration in particles per milliliter and the modular diameter. So after watching the demo, let me give you some more details regarding the technology. Scientists need to measure nanometric objects. We can count objects such as viruses because we measure size from 30 nanometers to 10 microns. We do it in a concentration range from 10 to the power 8 to 10 to the power 11 particles per milliliter. Scientific work on expensive samples. We only use a single drop of 5 to 10 microliters. Scientists need to save time. We measure the nanoparticles concentration and size in 40 seconds, almost in real time, and it's easy to use. And scientists need to work on raw samples with no purification and no preparation. So we think these features make the video drop the ideal tool for in-process controls in bioproduction. Going deeper into the technology, it is interesting to know that the innovative idea of the scientific team is to have transformed a standard microscope into an interferometer. On the same image, you can get a nanoscale detection mode and a microscopy image. So it is possible to count nanoparticles and identify aggregates with the same device. Currently, we have 3 publications demonstrating the power of the technology. Now I will tell you more about the application. So what can we see with the video drop? We focus on viruses, but we have been approached by people working on phages and extracellular vesicles. For viruses, we can continuously monitor viral vector solutions like lentiviruses or adenoviruses that are used in gene and cell therapy. For phages, we can analyze complex mixtures of phages T4, lambda for application in phagotherapy. And for extracellular vesicles, we can count the different types of extracellular vesicles that are used to vectorize, diagnose, or treat. Now let me show you some examples of what can be seen effectively. So video drop sees in real time a huge diversity of objects. In square 1, you have the example of EVs in the blood plasma and with some aggregates. In the square 2, you have the image of HIV viruses. The HIV viruses are circled in orange, and in green you can see their displacements. The displacement is used to measure the size. In the square 3, you can see low concentrated plastic nanobits at 100 nanometers. It's typically the solution we use for our development in R&D. And in square 4, you have the image of lentiviruses.
Now, let's go back to the visualization of EVs. You can see them because they are circled in orange and white, and they are those little black and white spots. Here, you have both on the same image, nanoparticles and big aggregates. And we can see that with the video drop, you can switch from a nanoscopic view to a micrometric view, as we will do now. On the both image, you will be able to have aggregates and nanoparticles. Now, let me present you the interface of the video drop.
In the center, we have the image where you can see the actual interferences generated by the nanoparticles. On the right, you will have a diagram showing the dispersion of the measure of each nanoparticles that are present in the sample. Then you will have the concentration in particles per milliliter and the modular diameter of particles present into the solution.
Now let's go deeper into the technology. The video drop allows to have in the same image a nanoscale detection mode and a microscopic image. So we can switch from a nanoscale image to a microscopic image. And to our knowledge, it's the only technology in the world that allows to picture objects in the size range of 30 nanometers, like EVs, viruses, phages, to 10 micron that allow to see aggregate bacteria or impurities without labeling. This very large size range, as previously seen, allow to simultaneously detect nanoparticle and image micro-object in the size range we have defined, 30 nanometers to 10 micron. And you will have the possibility to identify aggregates in your solution. The system will offer you the possibility to zoom in and potentially also detect those aggregates as we previously saw. The system allows to measure the size, providing the hydrodynamic radius thanks to the stock exchange stain equation. EVs, or nanoparticles, are tracked to estimate a diffusion coefficient D, and then we can determine for each nanoparticle an hydrodynamic radius. In the video, you can see particles the video drop has been able to track. In green, you can see the displacement of the nanoparticle, and in orange, it confirms that the particles have been actually tracked. If we look at the probe volume, it is a volume of 20 nanoliters, and we can provide an accurate measurement thanks to a high frame rate camera at 140 frames per second and a high magnification instrument. And here you have a representation of what the video is imaging during his video acquisition. We'll take. Then, looking at the concentration, what is really interesting with the video drop is that you can actually see the concentration. It will allow to measure concentration from 10 to the power 8 to 10 to the power 11 particles per milliliter. But what is very interesting is that you can, as I said, really see by yourself the concentration. Here, you have on the left a solution of 125 nanometer large polystyrene nanobits at 1.4 10 to the power 9 particles per milliliter. On the right, you have particles, the same particles, at a concentration of 2.3 10 to the power 10 particles per milliliter. And you can see that it's much more crowded. The technology has currently 3 publications and more are coming. I invite you to read them. Here are the references. And I wanted to conclude this talk with really an example of a key application or a direct application of the video drop, and also a comparison with other techniques. Here the application is for the characterization of the final lentiviral vector product. Prior to the release of raw materials used for CAR T-cell product production, appropriate tests must be carried out to ensure that the product fulfills regulatory criteria. When the lentiviral vector batch is released, the titer, the fraction of interest, the drug product, must be precisely determined. It can also be compared with that of previous batches in order to demonstrate reproducibility. Here, we have measured the physical titer of 8 drug products with P24 ELISA and QNano and video drop. And as shown in the charts, P24 ELISA and video drop shows a correlation coefficient of 0.95 here on the left, on the right. And the video drop with the QNano shows a correlation of 0.85. A second direct application of the video drop is for in-process controls. In-process control tests are now the most widely used test criteria to monitor the progress in the process during manufacturing of active pharmaceutical ingredients and intermediates, in order to monitor in real time the production quality and to calculate yields. The titer evolution has to be evaluated during the process through in-process controls. So here, the physical titer of 6 fractions of interest in 4 different batches was measured, again with P24 ELISA, QNano, and Videodrop. P24 ELISA and Videodrop here shows a correlation of 0.96, and QNano and the Videodrop shows a correlation of 0.94. Now I wanted to really conclude the talk with a poster we have presented during this Congress. It's about the qualification of the performances of our system for measuring size and concentration of nanoparticles. So the method we use is the Videodrop. For each particle, the Videodrop will measure the Brownian motion trajectory, which allows to estimate the hydrodynamic diameter and define the concentration. For this qualification, 5 sessions, including 2 blinding test sessions, were done. 4 standard nanospheres were used, and they were diluted in purified water. 4 concentrations were evaluated, 2 operators, and 3 replicates per sample were done. 2 devices were used, and we wanted to track at least 200 objects. 300 measurements were done in total. Looking at the results, if we look at the linearity of concentration analysis on 300 measures saw strong correlation between theoretical concentration and experimental concentration. If we look at the accuracy of the concentration, the system shows a good recovery for 100 and 150 nanospheres. As described in the ISO norm, larger particles can be detected with more yield than smaller ones. These factors need to be included in the analytical method development. The concentration of nanospheres and 80 nanometers is a bit underestimated. If we look at the fidelity results of the concentration, the system shows a very good repeatability, CV under 25% for 100 to and 150 nanometers, and for smaller, the CV is around 35. These factors need to be also included in the method development when developing acceptance criteria. If we look at the hydrodynamic diameter size analysis and the linearity of the size analysis, it shows a very strong correlation. Looking at the accuracy of the measurement of the hydrodynamic diameter, the system shows an excellent recovery, plus less 10% for all the size range. And if we look at the fidelity of the measure of the hydrodynamic diameter, the system shows a very good repeatability, CV under 10%. As a conclusion, we think this method is particularly adapted for EVs characterization, the size and concentration, because we are in the size range of EVs. 400 measurements were performed in 5 half days, showing the rapidity of the method and make it suitable for daily use, high throughput and in-process controls. And also, the result obtained with the Videodrop show promising perspective for compliance with the ISO 19430.
So in the end, the technology allowed the visualization of nanoparticles and macroscopic objects, the measurement of concentration and size of nanoparticles. We do it in a single drop. The results are obtained in 40 seconds. It's easy to use. We don't need any label, and we do it with almost no purification. These measures are done in a range from 30 nanometer to 10 micron, and in concentration from 10 to the power 8 to 10 to the power 11 particles per milliliter. Thank you very much for your attention.
Le premier marché qui nous intéresse, c'est le contrôle qualité pour les gens qui produisent des vecteurs viraux pour l'immunothérapie. On s'intéresse également à 2 autres marchés qui sont la phagothérapie d'une part et d'autre part tous les développements en cours sur l'utilisation des vésicules extracellulaires pour le diagnostic et le traitement de certaines pathologies comme le diabète. Le Vinodrop est souvent comparé à un produit qui est couramment utilisé dans les laboratoires, qui s'appelle le Nanodrop, et qui est le produit qui permet de détecter l'ADN. Dans notre cas, le Vinodrop, c'est un peu le nanodrop pour les nanoparticules.